it is one, it is how close you are. The minute you become so close, that is when you begin to see how big he is. But when you are far from him, you are going to see him as a small God. You are going to see him as a God who cannot do the impossibles. You are going to see him as a God who cannot achieve greater things. But you need to be able to understand one primary thing is that your relationship with God matters. I remember back then in school, there is a guy that I never forget. His name is Neo. I will never forget Neo until I go to heaven. Neo is a guy never to forget. Because Neo, one of the golden days, went to my lunchbox. And when he stole it, he didn't take the bread. No, he took only the ration. So now when he took only the ration, he ate it. During my lunch, I'm taking out my lunchbox. I find the ration is not there. Then we quarreled and then we fought over the ration. And then he beat me. Neo beat me up. After stealing my ration, he beat me up. So I lost the battle twice. I lost the ration and I lost the battle. But at the end of the day, I went back home with a blue eye. Pay attention. When I went back home with a blue eye, my father was at home. And then my father saw me and said, Tumelo, what's wrong? Hey, Dad, Neo beat me up. And my dad said, okay, Tumelo, let's go. We went to school. We found Neo at the gate. Then my father said, go and beat him. I said, I can't go and beat him. He already did that to me, so I cannot do it. He said, go. And then I went. But when I went to Neo to fight him, I beat Neo so bad. I beat Neo that he bleeded so much. But I asked myself, why did I beat Neo this time? And the answer was, it's because my father was around. And I have learned in life that there are certain wars, there are certain battles, there are certain challenges you are going to win and conquer just because your father is around, just because Jesus is around. There are victories that you are going to experience. There are doors that are going to open mistakenly or by default just because your father is around, just because Jesus is around. But now we look at Genesis chapter number 6. We read from verse number 14. The Bible tells us about Noah. And the Bible tells us about Noah and his family and Noah's children and their wives. The Bible says the Lord was about to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. The Bible says, but Noah and his family had obtained favor from the Lord. Now, the Bible continues to say, Noah built an ark using gopher wood. Noah, do yourself a favor, build thee an ark using gopher wood. Noah went and then he preached the message to people. Repent, repent, repent. The kingdom of God is at hand. But the secret here, when you read Noah's story, it is that Noah is supposed to build by the pattern. Let me say this. You cannot get what God has until you do what God says. You will never be able to get anything good from God if you are not doing what He says. In order for you to get something from Him, you must do what He says. Meaning you must follow the pattern He has put in place. You must follow the criteria He has put in place. It is God's heart desire for you to prosper, for you to live in abundance. But in order for you to do that, you must do what God says. And in order for you to have what God has, you must do what God says. So Noah had to do exactly what God said. He didn't have to build according to his pattern. He didn't have to build by the way he wants to build, but he was supposed to build by pattern. Now, when you are sitting here, you must know that life is full of patterns. As a girl, I believe that you want to be great. As a girl, I believe that you want to be a millionaire. You want to be somebody. You want to be an architect. You want to be there. You will never be there until you do what God says. Because at the end of the day, we don't know what the future holds, but we know who holds the future. We may not know what the future holds. We may not know what's going to happen tomorrow, but we know who holds the future. So as a girl, you must begin to understand one of the primary things. And I told myself I'm not going to speak about this, but I'm going to speak about it anyway. As a girl, you must live your life by a pattern. Number one, God has wired you, gifted you, anointed you, grace to everybody in you. You have a hidden treasure. This is how God works. God works from manifestation to revelation. Everything that is in me is manifested. But when it happens, it is revealed. Now, the world does not know what is manifested in you now. The world is waiting for revelation. Because the only thing they want, it is to see, but you know. That is why they will disrespect you until they see. Why? Because they are waiting for revelation time. But you must know and respect and honor that which is manifested in you as a girl. Number one, as a girl, you must understand this, that you must never, I told myself I'm not going to talk about this, but I'm going to say it anyway. You must never ever open a Christmas present before Christmas. Now pay attention. This is a pattern that God has placed for a girl. This is a pattern that God has placed for a woman, that everybody who comes to you must pay the price. This is a pattern. So you must come to a point where you understand that I am born again, I am saved. Since Jesus paid the price for me, in order for somebody to be with me, that person must pay the price. Now I'm trying to say it is this. Never expose yourself to boys and men. You are precious. Never expose yourself to this kind of lifestyle. You are too precious. I want you to learn how to protect you. There is one thing that I want you to learn. Learn how to protect yourself. Learn how to value you. Learn how to understand you. Understand that you are full of potential. You are full of ability. You can do greater things. You need nobody. You don't need anybody to come and cater for you. These are things you can do for yourself. These are things that God has given you the ability that you can be able to be great. So at the end of the day, why am I saying don't open a Christmas present before Christmas? Let me teach you this. When you open a Christmas present on the 23rd of December or on the 24th of December, you know what's going to happen to you. This is what's going to happen to you. On the 25th, you are going to be bored. Because you already know what your present is. So when people are rushing to that tree in excitement to know what is their present, you are bored because you already know. So I always said this, and this is profound, that you got to be able to understand, if you begin to open your Christmas present before Christmas, the day of I have seen people getting married. I have seen people being married, but they are bored in their wedding. I have seen people getting bored. You see, the way the guy is doing the step, you can tell. So this guy, he already knows what is in the present. So he is bored because he already knows. But when he does not know anything, he feels as if the wedding is long. He feels as if the pastor is taking too long. And when people following him are doing a step like this, you see him moving a step. Why? Because he does not know. So when you present yourself as a girl, what you are doing, you are saying, I want to enjoy my wedding. What you are doing, you are saying, I am not going to get a child out of wedlock. You are saying, I am not going to be part of the statistics. You are saying, I'm going to stand up. You are not called to fit in. You are called to stand up. You are not called to fit in the system. You are not here to look good. Let me say something and then we pray. You see, guys, you look good. You are beautiful ladies. But let me tell you, you're not going to be beautiful forever. This is the truth. If you don't believe me, go and ask your mother. and tell your mother to give you her photos when she was 16 and 17. You will see, that your mother was very beautiful. And that beauty you see on those pictures is no longer there anymore. This is what I am trying to say. Don't invest in the beauty that fades. Invest in the beauty that does not fade. Because physical beauty fades with age. You understand? So feed your mind with information. Don't try to look cool. I said to somebody, this generation wears expensive shoes but with cheap blades. And at the end of the day, the only thing that is expensive on them is their shoe and their clothes and their gadgets. But when we remove all these things, we discover that this person is worthless. Why? Because we are not taught to invest in our brains. Instead of buying yourself a textbook, you rather buy a teacher. Why? Because you were not taught how to invest in you. So I want you as a girl to invest in yourself, to invest in your brain, to invest in your knowledge, to invest, because the only thing that you need to invest in it is your brain, because it will never be taken away from you. Every skill you are going to get, every qualification you are going to get, other things may be taken away, but your qualifications won't be taken away from you. I always say that in school you are not here to look good, you are not here to close the house, you are not here to be famous. You are here to get a paper, which is a metric certificate, which will help you to get another paper, which is money. That's why you are here. There is no other reason why you are here. And some of you, the families that you come from, when you left in the morning, there was no bread. And you don't even know when you come back whether bread will be there or not. Let me teach you a lesson. When you come to school, forget about your friends. You know why? Because they don't come where you come from. So if they are playing, don't play with them. You don't know, maybe his father and mother has left a big legacy for them, but there's no legacy for you. Where now you got to work your way up. So when somebody plays, don't play with them. You know what? It's because they don't come where you come from. And attend this, when you enter the school gates, tell yourself, I'm not here for me, but I'm representing my family here. And when I fail, I'm not the only one who fails. My family fails too. But when I succeed, I'm not the only one who succeeds. Even my mother succeeds too. It's not about you. It will never be about you. You must have this mentality. The Bible says, let this mind which is in Christ be in you. Respect yourself. Value yourself. Honor yourself. You are a gift from God. You are a gift from above. And I want to be able to tell you this, is that the devil seemed to be intimidated. Back then the devil was intimidated by men. But now the devil is already doing his part to destroy men by introducing drugs and nyawupe. But now he has seen that while he's busy destroying men, women are coming up. Now he's realizing that as women are coming up, let me forget a little about men. And he tried to introduce drugs to women, but he realizes that women love stilettos, women love pumps, women love heels, women love some words, women, they love greater things, women, they love bags that matches with their shoes. So they don't love drugs. They tell you. So he's saying to men who are using drugs now, men, go and destroy them, because I cannot destroy them by myself. So that is what the devil is doing. So the devil was not going to attack women if women were empty. It means if the devil is attacking women now, it's because he can see the value and the power and the anointing that God is depositing in women. So at the end of the day, as a woman, you got to believe in you. As a woman, you got to trust in you. If you look in this generation, you will find when you are in the park. I attend gym at Spring Small. When I go to the gym and play gym, I discover that there are many women at the gym more than men. And I discover one of the common things that many women in the gym the cars in the parking are their cars. So the women are dominating. So the devil is doing whatever it takes to destroy them. But it takes a woman with insight and wisdom who is going to say, I'm going to stand for other women. I'm not going to fight. You cannot fight this with placards. You cannot fight this with t-shirts that are written stop women abuse. No, you can fight this in prayer. I believe that women are fighting it war because at the end of the day, the only way to fight it is prayer. Let me say this and then I pray. I have one enemy in the world. I don't have enemies. I have one enemy. And that enemy is called the devil. The only person we are fighting, we are not fighting each other. We are fighting the devil. But the only thing the devil wants us to fight. So that when we fight, we cannot fight. So he understands that when we don't like each other, when we begin to hate each other, when another woman is intimidated by that woman, when you look at that lady with a beautiful hair, the devil wants you to be intimidated. You know why? It is because everybody you are jealous of, you cannot be where they are. You will never reach a level of somebody you are jealous of. If you are a singer and then somebody sings better, and then you become jealous, you just said to the devil and to yourself that you will never reach that level because that level already intimidates you. So the devil wants us to hate one another. He wants us not to support one another. Women are looking down on another women. This is the only thing that women do. They look down on another woman. You look at them more. They will never praise another woman for a good deal. But they will want to know, where did she get this one? They will want to know, where can I get it for myself? So women are fighting with themselves. You find when you are driving with your wife, I always do that. Then you find women looking at you while your wife is there. Another one blinking an eye. Then I said, what's wrong with women? Can't you see another woman is enjoying herself? So women are busy in the fight because women are fighting each other. Now that's what the devil wants you to do. He wants you to fight one another so that you cannot win the greater battle. The devil wants you to focus on smaller things while the bigger battle continues. Whatever is happening in the world now, the devil is going to win on one account. You know why? It is because he has shaken the world with one woman. And all women are not on a train but focusing on the train. And when they focus on what is happening, then listen to this. He prepares the table in the presence of our enemy. But when we focus on the enemy, we cannot see the table. No. So don't lose focus. Yes. Because when you focus too much on the enemy, the table will pass you. Yes. But when you focus on the table, you cannot see the enemy. Don't be distracted. As a woman continue to rise, continue to study, continue to do it your own. Go and get yourself. You need to go and get yourself that car. Go and get yourself that iPhone. I always remember when I said, if you are driving this car because your man bought it for you, this is one thing that's going to happen. At the end of the day, the minute you see it, if the man who bought you this car can beat you up, the minute you are going to drive it after the beating, you are going to drive it with bitterness because the source beat it. But when you did it by yourself, when you bought it by yourself, when you work for it and you raise money and sell it for yourself, you will always be filled with joy. All we are trying to say is women stand together. Stand together in prayer. Support one another. Love each other. When you see something good in another lady, acknowledge it. Say, hey, you look good. Instead of being jealous and say, hey, how do you do what you do? You see? That's what you need to do. How do you put your hair together? Your hair always looks good. How do you do it? Your skin is always nice. How do you do it? Maybe I've seen a lot of people drinking water with lemon. Maybe and to calm down and stuff. So teach us how to do what we do so that we can all look good. At the end of the day, we are not competing, but we are complementing one another. Father, we thank you. Your word is powerful. You are greater than great. Lift women up. Uplift them. Heal their hearts. Heal their minds. Transform their thinking. It is time for women to invest in prayer. The Bible says Mary and Martha, when they began to cry, you cried too. And the Bible tells us when women are hurting, you are hurting too. We thank you, Lord Jesus Christ. Listen to their cry. Fill them up until they overflow. Fill them up until they run over. Give them power. Give them honor. Raise them as the next preachers. Raise them as the next prophets. Raise them as the next doctors. Help them to have influence in the workplace, influence in the home. Father, we are praying. Lift them up. Anoint them. In Jesus, Lord God, we are praying. Amen. Amen.